The Russian Sleep Experiment, a tale of madness and despair. In the heart of the Siberian wilderness, during the frigid winter of 1948, a sinister chapter in the annals of human experimentation was about to unfold. High-ranking Soviet officials had authorized a secret research project aimed at unraveling the mysteries of sleep. Driven by a fervent belief that they could unlock the secrets of the human mind, they recruited 5 volunteers, all political dissidents who had been imprisoned for their beliefs. The volunteers were placed in a secluded bunker deep beneath the earth, where they would be subjected to a bizarre and horrifying experiment. The bunker was hermetically sealed, and the scientists equipped it with all the necessary supplies to keep the subjects alive for an extended period. The 5 prisoners, known only by their identification numbers, were instructed to lie on cots as a gas was pumped into the chamber to induce sleep. The gas, a classified chemical compound developed specifically for this experiment, rendered the subjects unconscious for days at a time. The scientists monitored the prisoners through thick glass windows, while an intricate system of microphones allowed them to listen in on the subjects' conversations. For the first few days, everything proceeded as planned. The subjects slept peacefully, and the scientists watched with excitement as they believed they were on the brink of a groundbreaking discovery. But soon, things took a terrifying turn. On the 15th day, subject number 1 awoke, screaming. The scientists, alarmed by the sudden disturbance, rushed to the intercom, asking what was wrong. His response, a trembling and guttural whisper, sent chills down their spines. He begged to be allowed to fall back asleep, claiming he had seen unspeakable horrors in his dreams. Before they could react, subject number 2 awoke as well, his eyes wide with terror. Subject number 2 recounted his dream with a voice filled with horror. I saw myself tearing the flesh from my own body, desperate to escape the nightmares that plagued my mind. The scientists, increasingly concerned, hesitated, but ultimately decided to keep the experiment going. As the days passed, the subjects' behavior grew increasingly erratic. They spoke in hushed voices, exchanged cryptic messages, and seemed to be slowly losing their grasp on reality. Subject number 3 began to tear at his own flesh, while subject 34 claimed to hear eerie, whispered voices that filled the chamber, speaking to him about the darkness and the end of all things. Then, subject number 5, the last to awaken, revealed the most horrifying experience of all. He claimed that in his dreams, he had watched as the other subjects dismembered themselves in a gruesome frenzy, laughing maniacally all the while. The scientists were appalled, watching the prisoners descend into madness. With the experiment spiraling out of control, the scientists made a fateful decision. They announced over the intercom that the gas would be released to allow the subjects to return to sleep. Subject number 5, terrified beyond reason, pleaded with them not to fall asleep. But the scientists ignored his pleas, and the gas filled the chamber once more. As the subjects drifted into unconsciousness, the chamber fell silent. The microphones picked up only the soft hum of the gas pumps. The scientists assumed that the subjects had finally succumbed to the gas. However, when they entered the chamber, they were greeted by a gruesome tableau of horror. The subjects' bodies were torn apart, limbs strewn about, and organs splayed across the floor. It was a nightmarish scene of self-inflicted butchery. Subject 5, who had warned them not to sleep, was the only one who remained alive, though he was in a catatonic state, unable to speak or move. the Soviet government sealed the records of the experiment, and it was never made public. The bunker was buried beneath layers of concrete, a sinister secret hidden from the world. To this day, rumors persist of the Russian sleep experiment, a horrifying ordeal that plumbed the depths of human consciousness and left only madness and death in its wake. The true fate of the subjects remains shrouded in mystery, and their story serves as a chilling reminder of the dark depths to which science can descend in the name of discovery.